Hello and welcome to my channel, Judy's Creations in Crochet. And today is August the 25th, 2022. For anybody that may be new, please subscribe and stay with us and see what we have to offer. I'd appreciate if all of you that are watching would please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. I love to hear your comments. I read them all, I answer them all, and I love to hear your reactions and your thoughts on what I am bringing to you. Now today you may notice a slight difference. These glasses, not my favorite pair of glasses, but I actually went and had my eyes done this morning, and I am getting lenses put in some of my old frames as well as a new pair. And while I wait, I had to dig up an old pair that I'm not particularly fond of to wear for the next week. So hopefully the next time you see me, I'm back in some regular glasses. So I have a lot to share with you today, but I'll try not to make this too long. But I just need to catch you up on a number of things. So let's start with what I am wearing. And here is the piece of jewelry this week. It is a black base with a piece of dichroic that looks sort of like a sunset, if you ask me, a mix of pinks and golds. But on top of that dichroic glass, there's been a layer put that was clear glass that had black specks in it and a black line, just to add some character to the plain piece of dichroic behind it. So a lot of you have expressed interest in the jewelry I have been showing you. So although I said I was just going to make that what I have as a finished object for the summer, I will occasionally wear more throughout the fall and winter. Next week, a lot of you have been asking, next week is the actual show where I will show you all the bits and pieces that go into making and explain dichroic glass and how I actually make these pieces. So you want to stay tuned to next week. And while I'm talking about that, I might as well keep going on that theme, because I did want to at some point tell you about next month. And next week is the beginning of September. And September, for those of you that are regular followers, you know, September is both my birthday and my potiversary, my very first one. I can't believe it's been a year since I first started doing these. I actually did my very first video on my birthday, which isn't until the 23rd. And today, that's a whole month away. So 4 weeks. So I have a number of things planned for the month of September. And as I just mentioned, the very first week, next week, I will be talking about my jewelry and how that is made. I'll have still some yarn or crochet content as well. Then the following week, I really, since I was highlighting my craft of jewelry, I thought I would highlight your crafts that you do other than crochet. So I've been asking for my viewers, my followers, to send me in pictures. So I need those within less than 2 weeks, say 10 days at the most. I need your pictures of any craft you might do. Now, I haven't received very many, so it won't be much of a showing if I don't get more pictures from you, my followers. So please, right now, when you finish this video, go hunt up some pictures and send them to me. Do it this week so you don't forget. And then the following week, there are actually 5 Thursdays in September this year. The third week of the month, I'm going to do another highlight of a designer. And I told you I would do some more. And I think I'm going to try and highlight a designer once every season. Well, for September, I have been in touch with Karen Hooley. I've mentioned her before because I have done one of her designs and I'm working on another one. I don't know if I'll have time to show you today or not, but it is my whip for the week. So Karen Hooley has agreed for me to feature her this month. And that'll be the middle of September. Then on the 22nd, I'm going to do a very short video because I have to do two videos, my regular video that day, but also the 22nd is the first day of fall. So I will be releasing my fall yarny YouTube hop video that day as well. The following week is the end of the month, and we'll just kind of sum up all the things that have been going on, but I do want to mention that the 23rd of September, which is the actual day, on a Friday, I'm going to attempt to do my very first live. Live shows aren't something I really want to always do, but for this special day, I'm going to attempt to do a live, and we'll do a bit of a game show type thing. So there'll be quite a few prizes that day. Plus there will be regular followers, you're getting the info. There will be a giveaway every single week of the month. I've been gathering them up, and they're quite substantial giveaways. They aren't just one small little thing. And of course, as you know, on my Yarny YouTube hop, I also do a giveaway then as well. And talking about my Fall Yarny YouTube hop, that's another opportunity for my viewers, my followers, to send me in pictures of fall items. They must be fall items you've crocheted for that particular video. Then I have my fall item done, and I might even get a second fall item done. Also this week, oh, by the way, for that video, I would need them by the 14th or 15th of September. I need them by then, your pictures for the fall one, because I have to give my video to her by the 16th. So that tells you all the business stuff, all the things that are happening in September, all the reasons I want you to send me pictures. And please, I haven't been getting many this time around. I don't know if it's because in the summer you're just not as busy or what, but please keep in mind I am looking pictures for both of those items. So what else do we want to cover today? Well, I do have a couple of finished objects. I finished one object this week. Actually, I finished two. I will show you the one finished item later in the video. And I finished September dress for Kiki, but you'll have to wait till next week to see that dress. But I went in my stash. As I told you, I still have a lot of stash to share with you. And I brought out a couple of items to show you. So we'll start with what is Hope wearing. Bring her in here. Hope is wearing an asymmetrical scarf. And it's quite a lengthy one. Find the end here. There we go. It is a very, very long, narrow one. And it's using two different colors of yarn. And I'm trying to think if this was an Expression Fiber Arts pattern. I'm not really sure, but I can tell you that the yarn is an Expression Fiber Arts yarn. It is Oasis fingering, and Oasis fingering is a camel mulberry 50-50 camel mulberry silk combination. It's a very fine fingering. I don't know if you can tell how fine it is. Very pretty colors. And it is very, very soft. That mulberry silk really makes a difference. Anyhow, So that's the first one that Hope is wearing. Now, we also have Faith with us today. We'll bring her in and see what she is wearing. Now, this is a combination of purples, different shades of purples, and teal. And it is a triangular shawl, really wide triangular shawl. And if you can tell, sparkly, combination of my favorite things, purples and sparkle. Now, I originally thought this was a sparkle DK from EFA, but I don't think it's quite that heavy. It feels a little thinner, more like a fingering weight. Beautiful colors. See the teal in there and some pink. So it might have been something else from my stash. I do know, though, that it is a pattern from CJ Brady. It's one of those patterns that starts at the end, and then you work across while you increase to the middle, and then when you get to the middle, you decrease out to the other end. So I don't know which CJ Brady, but I have to tell you, if you've got any special skeins of yarn and you only have one, I really strongly recommend you check out CJ Brady's patterns, because this would have been a one skein project, and she has quite a few. I really rely on her. When you see a yarn you like, you buy it. You don't know what you're going to use it for, so you don't buy multiples. You just buy one because you really like it. Well, then what do you do with one skein? And lots of times you run short. You have to find something else to combine it with. Put two colors together like I did in this one. But I really appreciate all these one skein patterns that CJ Brady has, that I can use some of my special yarns and not have to worry about combining it with something. So thank you, ladies, for joining us and showing some of the objects that I had in my stash. So I still have a sizable stash. Most of them are heavier, so I'll have lots to show you throughout the winter, but I'm hoping to get a little more caught up on accomplishing things. Now, I just realized that I didn't address the big question you probably have, the elephant in the room, and that is, what's behind me? I don't have my wall of EFA yarns. So let me briefly explain why I'm out here. The wall behind me is exactly on the other side of the wall that's usually behind me. They back up to each other. In other words, on the other side of this wall is the room where I usually videotape. And it has an excellent fluorescent, you might say, light in the ceiling with a special art light. And that's why I videotape in there, because the lighting is very good. I don't have to play with lights all over the place, as I see some creators do. They have a real problem with lights. And that's why. And the other thing is I can set everything up. It is a sewing room. I have a sewing machine and a serger in there. And I have all my yarns, a lot of my yarns, not all of them, in there, and I can walk out and close the door. As you know, I have cats and I don't want them playing in it, but I can set things up on the table that's there and walk out and close it. This is my family room, and I can't leave things sitting out all the time. But I walked into that room last night and the light didn't come on. And that kind of worried me, because it really is the best light in my house. But I got thinking, oh well, I put new lights in the ceilings. The room had no light at all except this lamp. I put new lights in the ceilings last spring because I want to videotape something else in the fall. And I thought, let's try it out. So this is a trial, even though the light next door is working now. I thought, I don't ever want to be caught short, So let's give this a try, see if it works. And it does. It's working very well, decent light. So now I know I have a backup if that light gives out on me again. So that's why we're here in front of another wall of yarn that I have in this room. And I have some other walls of yarns in other places. Okay, enough about that. Now it's time to see some yarn. What yarn have I got lately? Well, I'm going to start with this. I meant to look up where it came from, so I'll try to do that while I'm talking. I got yarn, excuse me, from a company called Sassy Strings. Sassy Strings. This is the first one. I got 2 skeins of the same yarn. This is called Vanilla Cupcake. It's a Sassy Sock. So it's the usual thing I buy. It's 75-25 merino and nylon. 463 yards. Now I'm almost positive, let me take a quick look here. I'm almost positive that I got this on Etsy. There's Etsy, my purchases. Just hang on a sec. Now, this, you know, I was comparing a lot of merino nylon blends, and this one is sort of middle of the road. It's a little nicer than the ones that I said didn't feel that nice at all, but definitely not as nice as my favorite ones. Now, I have to say, let's see if I can get a strand up here. It doesn't have that plied look, which makes me happy. And here we are in the things that I have bought, and we'll find out if I got this on Etsy. I'm pretty sure I did. Sorry for the hold up here. Well, I'll keep showing you yarn. Now, I got this because I wanted speckled, and you can see it is speckled, but not quite as much. This one has a little more speckling. Pretty colors. Vanilla Cupcake it's called. But honestly, I don't know. I guess I thought that there would be more. Anyway, I have 2 skeins because I thought I'd want to do something bigger with it, but honestly, I think it would be too plain. So I have a feeling that I'll find some colors that go with it, and I'll maybe use 1 skein with, say, a blue or green, and the second skein with, I don't know, maybe the pink, or maybe blue with one and green with the other. I think I'll have to put it together with some solids. So that's the first thing I got from them. That was just sort of an extra I tacked on because what I really wanted to get was this mohair. Isn't that beautiful? A beautiful fall color of mohair. And I got 2 skeins of it. And it's 72% kid mohair, 28% silk. And we have 459 yards in a skein. So quite a bit. I could put it together as 2-ply because there's 1 ply. I'm not sure how well I could stitch with 1 ply. But if I put it together, 259 yards is enough to make some kind of one of C.J. Brady's scarves. I could also put 1 strand of this along with, say, a fingering weight, say plain brown or cream, but I'm afraid we would lose if I put it with a brown, I think we would lose all this other coloring. Anyhow, here's the information. They are on Etsy, and I will link them, and they are from Airdrie, Alberta. So a Canadian dyer, and I just love the color, and it feels wonderful. So I can't wait to use this. I have got to find the right things to make mohair. Maybe I should look up in Ravelry patterns with mohair in them. Okay, the other thing I got came from the color of my fiber. They are in Quebec, I remember that, and I have ordered from this lady before. And here are, I ordered some regular skeins, and I ordered, I think I'll start with it, and I ordered a group of mini skeins, and this is the group, I got tags all over, that I ordered. Now, very, very pretty. I have no problem with the colors, except for one thing. There we are. They didn't look like the picture. The picture, I have to tell you, I was a little disappointed when I got this set, and I'm going to try and show you the actual picture of what I ordered. It should be here. Okay, once again, I'm on the wrong page. Okay. Anyhow, it was this one that disappointed me. The others, she told me it's because of camera and lighting and different screens don't look the same. I really thought I was getting two different purpley colors. Now this one might be one of them, but I thought the other was a deeper purple. And this, I thought, I didn't know I was getting gray. I thought I was getting two different tones of this teal or blue. Now I can't find it. And this one looked like blues and purples, maybe teal and purple. This is not teal and purple. Yeah, there's a bit of the pink in there, but no purple. And look at all the browns. And I can't find it now. Anyway, it wasn't quite what I expected, but I'll live with it. I really like these three together, and I will probably put those three together and find something else for those two. Now, to tell you what they are wool and viscose, fingering weight. I think it said they were tweed. They were tweed when I bought them. Oh, it was a custom. Yeah, that's why I can't find it. Okay. Anyhow, they're a little bit thicker. Not a lot, but a little bit thicker. They definitely are tweed. Do you see all the tweed in there? That's a viscose. Anyway, that's one thing I got. And the other things I got from her, I'm quite happy with. And I ordered all different things to get the idea of different textures. So the first one I got is 75% superwash merino, 15% cashmere, and 10% silk. It feels very, very nice and a nice color. Now, it looks much lighter than it does to me. The lights are shining on it and making it brighter. It's very deep here for me to see. Then the next one I got, did I tell you the color? That's called Tulip. The next one is called Plum Floral, and it is just superwash nylon, 80-20. But it could go with this. Just plain feeling, not overly soft. feels nicer there. Okay, it's a little better than average. Now the next one I got, I really looked forward to this one. This is 80% bamboo and 20% merino. I like this color. It looks kind of heathered. Sure looks heathered on the screen. If you can see, it's a wee bit plumper in the fiber. And this feels really nice. Not quite as nice as the cashmere, but oh, it's pretty darn close. And I suppose I could put all three of those together, but I won't, just because I want to do something special with this, probably do something all by itself. And this has, it doesn't say here, I thought it had, oh, there it is, 390 yards. This one has 440 meters. Now she's not very oh no, 390 meters, 440 meters, and this one has 400 meters, all different lengths depending on the fiber. And one last skein from her, and of course you can see my kind of colors, but this is different again. This is 60% alpaca, 20% rambouillet or something like that. It's a French word, and 20% nylon. So this has alpaca in it, and you can see that halo. And it is, you know, usually alpaca is very, very soft. This is a little rougher. Definitely you can feel that rambouillet. I looked it up, I can't pronounce it, is some kind of wool, and definitely you feel wool in this. But a very, very pretty color. And it has, they don't tell me on this one how much is in it, but I believe it was 400 or thereabouts. So make a scarf or something out of that. So that's all of my yarn acquisitions. And that pretty much catches you up to all of the yarn that I have received. I don't have any more sitting there that I haven't shown you, but I know there are 2 more coming. I've made a Lion brand order. You don't want to see that. But I think I have 2 more hand-dyed yarn orders coming. And I'm looking at possibly making another one from one of the dyers that I have bought from in the past. So now I want to get to what I finished this week. I told you I would, and I did. I finished my sweater, and I didn't wear it because, as I told you, it is a wee bit heavy for this time of the year. I didn't realize until I got working with it how heavy of a yarn it is, but I finally got the length that I wanted, and I did my own thing. Well, I mean, I did the sleeve the way you're supposed to. I started at the, you know, the opening that you leave after you connect the yoke, and I went down, but in most of them they just go straight down. I did a couple of decreases up here at the top, and then I went straight down, and I did not like the bottom because it just hung straight and it gapped. So I did my own thing. I did 2 rows with the double crochet, decreasing every 4th stitch. And then I put a little bit of a cuff on it, and I don't know if you call it a cuff, but a little bit of trim. And that is, oh, I got wool in my mouth. That is single crochets. I did 2 rows of single crochet, no decreasing. And then I did something I always have trouble with, but it worked out okay with the heavier yarn. I did a row of reverse single crochets just to make a bit of an edge on it. And I'm actually quite happy with how that turned out. I'm happy with the way it looks, and I was happy with the way it fit. And it ends right in about here, just below the elbow. But the funny thing is, when I did the second one, I could tell before I was done that it was a little smaller. So obviously I didn't do a good job of counting the number of stitches that I left at the sleeve opening. So I just pulled it a bit until it stretched the wool, and now it's pretty close to the feel of the other one. So I am really, really happy with this sweater. Now, if you remember, I told you I did the size she said at the neck, and it fit nice, and then it ended up stretching. So the whole thing kind of sagged down. I had to put 2 or 3, I did 2 rows of double and 1 row of single at the neck to close it in. But it means that this open stuff in the neckline is down lower here than I would have liked. So I'm just happy that this fits and I got it the way I wanted it. I'll maybe just wear it at home, but I'm going to use it as a sort of a template or a pattern to make another one, and then I'll know fewer stitches around the neck, either that or I always have to go around the neck, and put these 2 open rows higher, or maybe not even do the open rows. I'll know better where to stop for the yoke now. I can count the rows, and I have made up my mind that the next time I'll make sure that I have a little less going around so that I can put, that was another thing, when you join it under here, remember I told you I joined it and didn't put any chains. Well, it leaves a hole under the armhole that I had to close in. So I've decided I will put a couple of chains under the arm on both sides, which means I'll have to make sure the body is narrower before I start and put the chains in. But all in all, I'm very happy with it. And it works out the way I'm happy with the fit. And now I can make some more tops. And I'm really sort of in the groove for making sweaters for the fall. I want to make myself a wardrobe of sweaters. And I'm thinking I'm going to try and make a sweater a week along with some other thing using my hand dye. Now, here's the interesting and amazing thing to me is over the last, at least 2 years, maybe longer, I have purchased yarn at different times saying, I want to make a sweater out of that. And I would order a sweater quantity. And of course, I didn't keep track and I didn't make a sweater because I was so disillusioned on the other ones that I tried before this. But I kept having these sweater quantities and I went and got them out because I said, I'm ready to make another sweater. While the going's good, let's keep going. And so I gathered up this week the yarns that I wanted to make sweaters out of. You'll be amazed. I was totally amazed at how many I had gathered. Now, I knew I had Pima cotton, and I couldn't find it for about 3 weeks. But I finally dug farther, and I found that I have these 3 different colors of Pima cotton. And I want to make some Pima cotton ones. I thought they were good for summer, but these are a little warmer than you think. Being cotton, they might be comfortable enough. But anyway, and it turns out that I need maybe 1 or 2 more of these. So I did make a Lion Brand order, but I had enough of this, 10 balls. I don't know how I had 10 balls of this, and decided I have enough. I am going to try a bat wing sweater. I have 2 different patterns that I'm going to try. They come down big arm out. Well, this is almost a bat wing here. They don't go in tight like that. There's a bat wing. So I'm going to make a bat wing out of that eventually. But I'm going to make another one like this black one first. So I might use the navy in this next. I haven't decided. I have to think about this, It takes time. I also have, and I had quite a number of people suggest this. I showed you the moon gleam a couple weeks ago, and I had 2 skeins of this, and people said, make a sweater out of that, Judy. And you know what? I think they're right. This is so nice and soft and so comfortable, and it's a color I love. So I ordered 2 more skeins to be sure I had enough, and I am going to make a sweater out of this from EFA, but I can't start it right away. I'm going to wait until I have the other 2 skeins in my hand, because when they come from EFA crossing the border, you never know how long it will take to get them. Then I also have some other EFA. These are their summer weights. So I may wait now till next spring, but I have a sweater quantity in both. These are both ephemeral, very soft and silky. And I have enough in this color and enough in this color. And this is definitely a pretty spring color. So that one is going to wait. I'm not sure, but again, it's a very fine. So these two may be spring ones. Then I showed you this not too long ago. I definitely want to make a sweater out of this, but this is heavy, a very heavy, very fuzzy. This is definitely a winter one, so I'm going to wait a couple of months before I do that one. And I have, this is a Mary Maxim alpaca. It says natural alpaca, and it's quite soft and definitely a fall winter sweater. And I have this in this color, and I have it in kind of a raspberry color. So but again, they're a little bit heavier, so not ready to make that yet. Then I have white, and this is chunky. And this is Boogie Nights by Lion Brand, and I think this has been discontinued. And I have a Kaboo, and a Kaboo has, it says it's a 3 weight. Can't find a loose one, and I guess it is a 3 weight. So that one could be one of the first ones I make. I have 5 or 6 of these. Nice bright color. So that goes on the earlier makes with the Pima cotton. That's going to wait. There's another navy. Very, very soft. But again, a heavier weight. Although it's a chain, I think, yes, it's a chain spun. And a chain spun is always airier. So, you know, this doesn't feel like it would be hot. Now, this is Davina from Hobie. Gosh, that's soft. So I think I could make that even before those heavier ones. And now I came across this in my stash, and I have 2 balls of this, Loops and Threads. They don't make this anymore. It's called Brush Swirl, and I think I got this like a year and a half ago when it was on sale. And there's what it looks like. Very fuzzy, feels good. And it has 600 yards, well, 608, but basically 600, which means 1,200. And when I use the Angora, the black one I showed you, I use 9 balls of the 10, and it's 9 times 137 yards. So maybe I did make it with 1,200, but I think it's a little bit thicker than this. I'm a little worried I'm going to run out if I use this. But at some point, I think I'm going to take my chances. And if I run out, I just have to have short sleeves, I guess, on it, or no sleeves, and I'll wear something under it. But quite pretty, quite soft. So you can see, and I haven't showed you all, you've seen enough. Plus I have 2 different hand-dyed yarns. Remember that beautiful teal from a while back, Ocean something? I have a couple of them I want to make, but they're finer. I want to make the heavier ones first and feel good about what I'm making and try a couple of patterns. So you can see I'm going to have lots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this one 9, 10. 10 new sweaters if I keep at it. Now, I probably won't do them all in a row. I'll probably make maybe 2 and then take a break and then make a couple more. But I'm bound to have an extra half a dozen sweaters in my wardrobe by the end of the winter. We'll see. So I think I made up my mind while I'm talking. Pima cotton in navy, which is something I will make use of, is probably going to be my next one, which I will start It'll probably be next week because I am working on something. I didn't have time to show you, but that's okay. I'm working on a Karen Hooley pattern that I want to have done for the week that we talk about her patterns. So I'll have to finish that first and then I'll get started on this. So we've run out of time. I had something else to show you, but that'll just have to wait till a week when there's not as much to say. So I hope you've enjoyed what I had to show you today. And I hope from my experience making this sweater and finally getting it to work, that encourages you to give it a try. It is possible. This pattern is from Jeannie on the Hook. She has a tutorial. She has a YouTube channel. I will link one of her videos that talks about this pattern in the description box below. And then next week, we're back to start our celebration. So I hope you'll be back then to join me. And until then, happy hooking.